What is going on, everybody? Opinionated Hammer here, and welcome back to another match preview on my channel. This time it's a big one. We're playing Man United away, 15th game of the season, moving along quite nicely. We are 8th in the table. I think they sit 3rd or 2nd. I'm pretty sure it's 3rd. So we could move up the table quite nicely with a win, but they will be looking to bounce past Leicester and maybe even Man City to get to that top position. As for last game, Sakho picked up a bad injury. Well, he pulled it when he was running through on goal in that 1-1 draw against West Brom, and it didn't look good. And later on, it was confirmed that he is going to be out for at least 2 months, which is so disappointing. So that means we've got him out for another 2 months, Valencia out till New Year, Payet out for a long time, till like January or February. So that is 3 key players lost there. And it means we're going to have to resort to either playing Carroll up front or Jelavic. Or we could put Zarate up there, but he's not really suited to that lone striker role in the Bilic's formation he plays. But Carroll doesn't work either, so it's a bit of a dilemma. So we're not going to have his hard work, pressing and stuff in matches anymore. We're going to have to settle with Carroll, who lazes about, and I've had enough with, but never know, might prove me wrong, might start playing really well. But yeah, it's a big loss. Sakho, he's been very good for us last season and this season, puts in a lot of hard work, and that showed against West Brom, and maybe that was a result of his injury, who knows. As for Lanzini, another very good performance from him against West Brom, especially in the first half. Looking very good, trying to make things happen. Little turns, little dribbles, switching the play, some great movement. And him and Zarate look very good together, which is promising to see. But again, it is a blow with Sakho being injured. But we also saw Antonio, which is another positive. He is not a myth. He actually is a player. So that's good to see. We might see a bit more of him now Sakho's injured as well. He might be able to play up front, do a good job for us there. But yeah, I've been impressed with Lanzini. He's stepped up a bit since Payet's injury, and he's looking good. And as for Zarate, another start for him and another goal. Every time he starts, he bloody scores. So why don't Bilic just start him? That first half, he was absolutely brilliant. Our best player by far, with an excellent free kick, perfectly into the top corner to put us 1-0 ahead. And he didn't stop working. He was tracking back, marking players, putting tackles in. That's what we want to see from him if he is going to get starting under Bilic, and that is what Bilic will want to see from him. And it's a good reaction to have, and hopefully he'll keep his place. Moving on to Wayne Rooney for Manchester United, and he has been in a bit of a goal drought, and you can just bet that he will score against us, knowing our luck. He hasn't been great this season, and he is one of the few strikers that they do have as options, really. They have been a bit lacking in that area, but they did bring in this guy, Anthony Martial, for a big fee of around 35 million, something like that. But he looked good. He scored against Liverpool, that brilliant Thierry Henry-esque goal. He hasn't really done much since, but he does look like a promising player, and he's only young, so that can be expected. So we're gonna have to keep a close eye on him if we are going to keep a clean sheet. As for how I think we are going to line up, Adrian in goal had an excellent game against West Brom. Can't be faulted for their goal. Took a deflection wrong way. But that save for that Rondon header from 6 yards out is unbelievable. It was a world-class save, and that is why I love him. If Noble's not on the pitch, I'd like to see him captain, because he leads them out there. He's passionate about this, and he is an excellent keeper. He's up there. I can tell you that. I can tell you that now. As for our back four, I think it'll be unchanged from the start against West Brom. Cresswell and Jenkinson as our full-backs, with Ogbonna and Reed centre-backs. They look good together, them two, in that first half. A bit shaky when Lambert came on in the second, but overall they were looking good, solid defensively, and I think they'll be able to cope well. And they looked quite organised in the first half as a line, but it's going to be tricky against Man U. So I don't know how we are going to... You can never tell with West Ham how it's going to go, but we are going to have to approach it a bit more tactically than we did against Spurs. So I'd put Noble's back for he's back from suspension. So stick Obiang and Kouyaté. They look very good together, very decent in CDM roles. With Noble just playing in front of him, because Noble will work. He will press the midfield, stop them getting on the ball. Don't allow quick passes, and then we can break with our front three, which I'll explain in a second. But yeah, Kouyaté, he could have scored that header to make it 2-0. Well, probably should have, but he had a very good game. Him and Obiang look like they can be a very good pairing for us as they get a few more games under their belt together, which is very promising to see. And on the left right hand side, we've got Moses and Lanzini and Zarate up top. But what I've actually thought we could do is have Lanzini, Zarate, Moses keep interchanging between those three positions, because I think they can all play that position well, and it's not like it's going to be a recognised forward, but do what sort of Chelsea did to Tottenham, have it like interchanging. I think that might work, and Bilic could consider doing that, as I don't feel Zarate deserves to be dropped, and Lanzini and Moses aren't going to get dropped, and I don't want Carroll playing. I'm sorry, I don't want him starting, because when he does, we don't press, we sit off, and we concede sloppy goals, and that is exactly what will happen if Carroll starts, and I don't want that to happen. He might not bring in Noble already. He might stick Lanzini in the middle, and then have Zarate and Moses on the wing and Carroll up front. That still won't work. That's very attacking. Once more, that's something we did like against Spurs, but with Sakho out wide. So we're going to have to be very careful, because Man U are a good team. They're just struggling to score, which is fair enough. But knowing us, we will concede to a Rooney goal or something like that. But hopefully this team, if Bilic does do this team, it's a change. It'll change it up, because we've been a bit predictable these last couple of games. Sort of like we haven't had a plan B. So if we do have the interchange in forward three, I think it could mix things up a bit and sort of throw Van Gaal off a bit, and we might actually get a better result than most people think we will, which would be a very needed 3 points, or even a draw would be nice. But I'm predicting a 1-0 win. I think we might nick it. I think it'll be 0-0 first half, and we're going to go on and push for it. And who do I fancy to score? Antonio, do I say it? Nah, I don't know. Either Antonio or Lanzini, that's what I'm going to go with. So if you haven't liked the video, please do leave a like, comment and subscribe down below if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think your predictions are going to be, and what you would want to see, how you'd want to see us line up against this Man U side, and how we're going to beat them. Follow me on Twitter, that is in the description if you haven't already. Just hit 500 followers. Thank you very much for that, and thanks for the support. And that is pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.